bit about your outfits. Can you describe your outfits? You're Zulu dancers, right?
Yes.
Okay. What are you wearing exactly?
Magqokwe kanjena kuthiwa kahle kahle yibheshu.
Ibheshu.
Imvunulo yesiZulu. Kodwa ke kunamagama ahlukene. Lokho kula ekhanda kuthiwa umqhele.
Okay.
Bese kuthi lo tolpantshi.
Tolpantshi, okay.
Bese kuthi lokho ngaphambili lokho kuhamba kodwa kuthiwa isinene.
Sinene.
Yes.
Okay.
Bese kuthiwa lokho okungemuva ishalaba lesi.
Shalaba. Okay.
Bese lokho kuthiwa amashoba. Bese kuthiwa lokho uncabulela noma udablizwane ngoba njengoba ukubona la kungena nje phakathi kwamazwana yikho kuthiwa udablizwane.
Okay.
Kwakhiwa ngamathayi emoto.
Okay.
Uzokwazi ukuthi ushaya phezulu, ushaya phansi.
Kube le sound.
Futhi kube le sound.
Oh, okay. So ngemaZulu dancers angithi?
Yes.
Okay, all right. No, cha, ngiyabonga bobhuti. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is Heritage Day in South Africa. So what does Heritage Day mean? It means we celebrate our traditions, our culture and our diversity. I originally planned to go to an African cuisine restaurant today, but I found that both of the ones I had in mind were closed due to COVID. They were only serving takeaway food. So as a plan B, I decided I'm going to go on a mini safari. So I'm here at the Lion and Safari Park. It's about 13 kilometers from Lanseria Airport, which is the second international airport that's here in Gauteng. So I'm just waiting for 2:30. My safari is at 2:30, it's about 2 o'clock now. But yeah, that's what I'm doing for Heritage Day. As you saw earlier, we had the Zulu traditional dances at the entrance. I'm not wearing my traditional outfit, but I am wearing these beaded earrings that my sister gave me a while ago. And yeah, that's my traditional outfit for the day. Drumming session. Quick drumming session. Guys, I got a new mic, so I hope the sound is a lot better now than it was before, because my mask keeps falling off, because I discovered on the other one that I don't think the sound was coming from the mic but still from my phone, because it wasn't an iPhone mic. So I hope this is a lot better. Sit there. Okay, thank you. Good, thank you. I need a good spot for selfies. Guys, it's boiling and I made the mistake of not throwing a tissue in my little bag over here, so I'm sweating like crazy. When I was in the car, I think it was about 28 degrees Celsius, so it's a very hot day today. So what I'm doing is the mini safari tour. It's a 2-hour tour. I'm doing the afternoon tour. There are 3 tours during the day, the mini safaris. There's one in the morning, one midday, and then this one in the afternoon between 2 and 4. Hopefully it will get cooler, but it's really, really hot.
buffalo. No? Blue wildebeest.
Blue wildebeest.
Yes. If you were looking at a buffalo, buffaloes have one big horn on their head. Whereas you see the wildebeest have two separate horns, one coming from left side, one from right. And then the ones at the back, those are called impala. Zebras, which you can see are best friends with the wildebeest. They're actually known to do that migration up in East Africa together, and the reason for that is the wildebeest, remember I explained, have very good sense of smell. So chances are they're going to smell a lion is in the area, so they run and the zebras know to follow. But the zebras in turn have very good eyesight. So they might likely see a lion coming, they run and the wildebeest know to follow. So that's why they're best friends. Now the zebras only have these stripes on their fur, so if you shave them, their skin is actually completely grey in colour. So without the stripes, zebras look exactly like donkeys.
So you'll see some other cars on the road as well, just normal private cars. That's because you can do a self-drive if you want, but I wasn't keen on driving myself around, so I decided to do the guided tour instead. I think it's much better as well because you get the information along with doing the actual tour and seeing the animals. Guys, it's a very dusty ride. It's very, very dusty. It's early spring at the moment in South Africa, so everything is very dry. As you can see, the rain season hasn't started, so very, very dusty and dry. There's just a cloud of dust in this bus. I think this is the best part coming. We're on the way to see the lions. I think it's the lions next. Oh yes, here they are, the lions. Oh, here he is! Oh! No. Where are the cubs? Where are the cubs?
By the water. They're sitting by the water.
Oh, I can't see the cubs.
So we will go closer, but maybe they come to us, eh? Because you see, mom is trying to get out. So maybe they decide, okay, they get up and this is how she shows them their cage. Otherwise they'll jump in here.
Let's see if I can see the cubs.
Small one, yeah.
Oh, they're the babies. Oh, they must come around this side. Okay, hopefully they'll come to my side. Oh, here they are. They're not so small. They're quite big cubs, actually. Here they are coming. The babies. So they're the cubs. The cubs are there with them now.
Size or string, so it's only the color that is different. So it's like us humans. Some people have brown hair, some people have blonde hair. But this is only found in South Africa. So no matter where you go in the world, naturally you will not find a white lion.
Oh, really?
You might find them in a zoo, but
Okay.
naturally, like in the
Naturally,
wild, it's only from
white
South
lions are only here, South Africa. Okay.
Okay. So if you actually look at the size of the two males, you see the brown one's mane is bigger.
Yes.
So a mane is based on the amount of testosterone they have in their body. So the more they fight and the more they mate, the more testosterone they build. So if you had to ask me who the father of these calves are, I would say it's the brown one.
Okay.
He's bigger.
Okay, we're gonna go to another lion stop and see if we can catch the lion feeding. So we can get a good spot again. I was so lucky the last spot, the lions were right next to my window here. Oh, there's someone inside the enclosure with the lion, petting the lion. Oh, can't we go closer?
Alright, so guys, when they bring the meat, they'll drop it on your right side. So they usually like to sit under the shade when they eat.
Oh,
Now you'll see that gentleman outside with the lions. The lions don't see him as a meal, and they also don't see him as a threat.
well, they don't see him as a meal until they see him as a meal.
One day.
One day is one day, hey? I always say it's still an animal at the end of the day. It's still a wild animal.
So you'll never see me outside.
No.
I love my job, but not enough to die for.
It's still a wild animal.
That's
Okay, the food is on its way. The Bucky is driving towards the enclosure. And there's a bit of a traffic jam now here. Oh, the cars are gathered around to see the lion feeding. Oh my god, the lions are running for the food. They know it's lunchtime now.
Okay. It's beautiful. It is beautiful.
The pieces that are remaining behind, are they still going to eat them? What?
Yes, we monitor it because we don't want anything to waste. So if the lions don't eat it, we'll come pick it up. Usually by Tuesdays we pick up leftovers, and everything that's left over gets given to hyenas.
Oh, shame. The hyenas only get leftovers. Or do they get their own meal as well?
Remember,
Oh,
hyenas
no.
in the wild are the ones that clean up after lions. So naturally they're used to eating birds. So tough.
Jonga sasiphasi sibaleka nenyama.
The wild dogs.
The wild dog is critically endangered, guys. They're being killed by farmers because they go into farms and they target the livestock. So we have maybe about 350 wild dog left in South Africa. We actually have less wild dog than we have rhinos, but you hear almost all the time rhinos are being poached, but you never hear about wild dogs being killed. And the fact of the matter is, it's because they're not part of the Big Five. Animals in the Big Five are more protected by conservation because that's what brings the money back into Africa. But things like the wild dog, no investors are trying to put money to protect them because they know no one's coming here to see them, so no one's going to spend their money to view them.
The cheetahs are so well camouflaged. They're on the ground, but you can hardly see them driving past. I mean, there's one, if I was driving, I would have run over these two coming up now because you can't actually see them, and there's nothing here. There's no tall grass, nothing, but they're so well camouflaged in this.
So can you see how small their heads are compared to the rest of them?
Yeah.
So that's all for aerodynamics, guys. It's like a bullet. Small tips so that they pick up speed faster. So they can actually accelerate from 0 to 90 in only 3 seconds.
This mask is going to be the end of me, I tell you. It is boiling hot, then you have to keep the mask on. They're still quite strict here with masks. I see videos overseas of people walking around, some with masks, some without masks. Here, they're still pretty strict. You still have to keep your mask on regardless of some people being vaccinated or being outside or anything. Oh. It's a sleeping hyena. What a life. I think this is the last stop and we're going back to base now, basically. But yeah, this is a very small park and it's not a game reserve like you expect at Kruger National Park. So the animals are in enclosures, they are fed animals. But you know, for children especially, you get to see the animals up close. And it's a good 2 hours to spend. It is a bit of a drive out if you're coming from central Johannesburg. It took me about 15 minutes to drive here. But I mean, it's a holiday and it's an easy day, so a day well spent nonetheless. Okay, mask on again. You were here. Oh, you're changing seats.
I don't know.
This was your seat before. I don't think it matters. Nobody was sitting there anyway.
That was your seat. She was sitting here.
No, she was sitting in front of me.
You were fighting over here. She was sitting there. You were sitting here. Then the
Hi, Bo.
children were
Really?
sitting there.
Hi, ladies.
Excuse me. You were sitting just behind.
Was I? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I know that you ladies were next to me.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks, ladies. You have a better memory than me.
Yes, it's better I know, right?
Okay, so I was wrong. There's still another stop. What is that sound? Yes, there's a very loud sound coming from that other side, but we're here to see the leopards. What is that? Is that a black panther?
You can call it a black panther, but there's actually no such thing as a panther. Panther is a collective term for a cat that roars. So a lion, a jaguar, a tiger, a leopard, a snow leopard all fall under the Panthera grouping.
Oh,
So technically a lion's also a panther, but if you said black panther, it's not wrong, but it's also not right.
okay, that's news to me.
No.
All this time we thought there was a black panther. There's even a movie called Black Panther. Oh, sanitizer. You know, I just realized you were driving as well. I've never seen a woman drive one of these things, these trucks.
So easy.
Oh my,
simple.
well, you're the first woman I've ever seen drive one.
Really?
Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Oh. We are finally back. My goodness. I am sweaty. I am very dusty. So don't mind what I look like on camera. I'm going to get myself a nice cool drink and then I'll be driving back home. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you always for watching and I will see you next time.